Hi, my name is sethkbani. Let's step into today's video. So let's go into Photoshop and then let's go and then Control N for our dimensions to show. Okay, so I'm going to call it frozen food banner. It's actually a signage actually. So I'm going to set here also to inches, and then I'm going to set it to over here 4.8 by 4.8. For now I'm going to use RGB over here. Okay, and now the resolution I'm going to set it to 72 for now, and then pixels per inch over here as well. Okay, and then leave everything like this, and then okay, right. Now the next thing we want to do also is to go to the view and go to the new guide layouts. Now this is going to help me with my alignment, especially over here I'm going to type 14, and then over here as well I'm going to type 14, and then I'm going to leave here 2020 like that, and then I'll click on OK. So we are already set. Today I'm going to work on the background last. I'm going to start working on some squares and some rectangular shapes and stuff like that. Okay, so I'll click on my rectangular tool, and then maybe around here, let's just see around here, let's see 1 2 3 4. So I'll drag it all the way to here, hold shift, and then create a perfect square, and I'll say that is a perfect square. All right, that is a perfect square. So I hold shift and I create a perfect square. Okay, so I'll click on over here, guys. Make sure the fill is color black. All right, now I'll zoom in a little bit and then move it like that, go up. I'll click on my move to. Okay guys, let's come back here to the rectangular tool. Make sure the stroke is off, it's very important. Now click on your move tool and click over here. Now duplicate it. Now once you duplicate it, come and click here, and then I want you to set the fill to no fill, and then the stroke here, set it to click here. Let's give it a definite color for this. Okay, we are going to use FF9600. We're going to use that color, and then the size or the stroke size of it, let's give it 15. Okay, and then also guys, make sure here is this one, and then let's close it. Click on your move tool and then Control T on the stroke. Let's try and then move it in a little bit, enter. Now you also want to click over here on the black one, duplicate it, Control T on it, and then let's push it in a little bit. Now we want to be able to see it, right? So let's double click it and let's give it any color. I'm going to give it this color for now, any color, right? So let's give it this color. Maybe let's give it color white. Color white would do. Okay, so this is it. I feel like we should try and then push it out a little bit. Now I'm doing this holding shift or alt throughout so that it becomes proportional. Okay, so that is it. Let's put it in a group, and then we are going to call it 1. Now I'll duplicate it and I'll bring it here somewhere around here, move it like that, great. Now I'll duplicate it and bring it down, making sure that at least it's equal size. So equal size from here to here, and then from here to here as well. Now I'm using my own mind and my own gauge. Okay, so I'm just assuming that is it, that is proportional, right? We are just assuming. So this is it for now. I'm going to call this one 1. I'm going to call this one 2. I'll call this one 1 before I drag this one down here. Now which one is this? We'll drag this one up here. We're going to call this one 3. We're going to call this one 4. Okay, so 1 2 3 4. Right, it makes sense, right? It makes sense. All right, so we are done with this. Now we need to start bringing in stuff. All right, and so what I'm going to do first is with 2. I'm going to start with 2. I'll open it, and then I'll go and then bring in my roasted, drag it in there, Control T, and let's try and then resize it. All right, now do not worry if it goes out of the the whole thing is really necessary. Now open it, drag it in there like that. Which one is this? This is the stroke. We don't want the stroke. Let's bring this one, the white one, up, and then over here right click it and then create clipping mask. Okay, now I think this is great. I believe this is great. Now I'll close it. We are done with 2. Let's go to 3. Now with 3, let's also drag this one up. Okay, that is it. And then with the 3, we want to go first and drag in our chicken wings. The reason why I'm dragging our chicken wings is I don't want the chicken wings to really be the priority. Okay, but I don't also want the background to be empty like that. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, so I'm going to drag sausage in here, and I'll just leave the sausage on it like that. That is what I want to do. I just want to leave the sausage on it like that. Drag it somewhere here. Yes, I think something like this. But then I don't want the background to be like too empty like that. You feel me? That's why I brought the chicken wings there. Maybe I'll even enlarge the chicken wings a little bit, okay, to make it even more. All right, so I think this is awesome. Now I'll close it, and then I now want to also go and bring what should we bring into 4? Let's go and bring in our fresh fish. I'll first start with this. I'll drag it in there. That is our salmon or our panla, and then resize it proportionally, and then drag it in there. Now guys, you want to clip it. Let's drag this one up, click over here on the fish, right click it, and then create clipping mask. Okay, you want it to be able to clip to it and feel like it's inside there. That is good. You can even rotate it a little bit. Enter, and then let's go and bring in our tilapia, and then let's also increase it and then drag it in there. Now also for the tilapia, we want to also clip it to it as well. And so that is it. And I feel like the tilapia and this salmon, there is no distinction. At least let's try and create a distinction between them. And what I want to do is in between them like this, I want to create a new mask or a new layer, sorry. Create my brush, and then make sure my caps lock is off, decrease the size, set here to color white. I'm talking about this side, and then just paint white over there. Okay, now we can click on our move tool and then try and then move the white around a little bit, and even reduce the opacity a little bit. The purpose is just to, you know, isolate it. Click on our move tool and then let's try. Okay, so I think we are done. Right? Let's close it. We still need to bring in more stuff. Okay, so for instance, we need to bring some few stuff over there, so I can see redfish over here. So I'll drag redfish in there, and I'll leave it somewhere here. I'll increase it, and then I'll leave it somewhere here as well. I'll increase it more. I feel like it needs to be quite big, because it has to be big because it's going to be on a sign, but it's a signage. People are going to watch it from a distance, so the text and everything has to be big, so that when somebody is standing afar, the person can really see it. Now let me share a story with you. I designed a flyer for somebody. Let's increase it for somebody, and then it looked nice on the computer and the phone and everything. The person printed it, and from a distance the person couldn't see the numbers, and the number is a priority, guys. You see, somebody needs to call the number, and the person can't see the number from a distance. And I felt really bad because, you know, let's put it somewhere here. Now I feel like this, let's give it some mask, some shadow, right? So over here, create a new layer, come here and pick your brush. Now come here, also set it to color black, make sure your caps lock is off, increase the size, come and pick a soft round brush, and then hit somewhere here. Okay, now like the person was trying to complain to me, and I felt like a bad graphic designer. And now this is when I was starting my graphic design career. Okay, I really felt bad. Okay, so I want it to suspend a little bit, and so that's how I'm going to do it. Okay, so this is how it's going to be like. And then what else? I feel like this is also empty. What we can do is bring some chicken in there. Alright, so I just brought in my chicken now. That's my chicken, my KFC chicken. Now let's increase the size a little bit as well. Okay, and then let's put it somewhere here. Alright, now you can see I tried to make it big because, like I said, it's gonna be a signage, baby, and it has to look quite big. Okay, that way it looks interesting and looks appealing as well. Alright, so that is it, and I think this is great so far. I'm going to put this and everything in a group. Then I'm going to call it images. So we're done with our images. We also want to start with our list as well. Let's put in our list over here. I'll click on my text tool, and then I'll go over there, and I'm going to pick everything and then copy it, and then type over here and then paste it. All right, now I'll go here. I think over here I use just 3 fonts in this particular design. I'm going to use Montserrat over here, guys, Montserrat, and then for now I'm going to set it to medium. All right, the font size over here, I'll increase it drastically, 140. Yes, like I said, it's for a signage, it has to be quite big. Now you can see it looks illegible, so I'll go here to the leading, and then I'm going to increase it to 198. Let's see. That is awesome, man. That is awesome. And then I also feel like we need to make some few changes to it. Tilapia is good, chicken is good, sausage is good, redfish is good, but here is smoked guinea fowls. It's one word. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select these two, and then over here I'm going to give it 150. Let's see how it looks like. Okay, so you can see it looks better now because it looks like one word now. And then also I'm going to double click here, and then I'm going to select chicken, and I'm going to make chicken quite bold over here. Make it semi bold to make it different from the rest. I'll do the same thing with redfish, make it semi bold. I'll do the same thing with panla, make it semi bold as well. And then with this I'm going to click over here, click on this side, click over here, and then I think I need to give it a particular color. The color I'm going to give it is 7B0202. I'm going to give it this color. Let's see. All right, so I'll copy this color, and then okay, and then I'll come here to sausage, and then I'll do same as well, paste it. I'll come back to smoked guinea fowls, and then paste it, and then I'll come back to Willy. It's called Willy, you know. All right, so that is it. Control H, and then let's see. Great. So the problem here is that the images here seem to interact with it, and so you're going to click on the images, and then let's try and then move the image here a little bit. Okay, yeah, let's move the image there a little bit, and if possible also the sausage there, sausage is on 3, right? 3 sausage there, let's push it in also a little bit. All right, so I think that solves the issue here. Now we are done with the spacing and everything of the text. Let's also bring in some few lines and shapes and stuff. Just likes to play with stuff, and so I like to play with shapes as well. I feel like it really adds some, some nice feel to it. So that is it. I'm making sure the stroke is off. Now I'll go to the fill, click on the fill, go here to the color over here, and then I'll set it to F77 F1E, and I'll click on OK. Now click here, click on the move tool. I also need to make sure it falls quite in the middle of everything. You see the length from here to here, I want it to fall in the middle here nicely. Then I'll click over here as well, and then try and create a very small rectangle like that. That also, I'm going to make sure the stroke is off. The fill, I'll click over here. This time I am going to pick the same color that we used, 7B0202, and I'll click on OK. All right, now I'm going to duplicate it into 3, but first let's move it here. You want it to be here. Great. And then bring it down. Now duplicate it 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1 2 3 4. Wow, it looks a lot. Guys, we need to count it right. All right, so 1 2 3 4. Yeah, well, let's delete this one. Now the last one, click on your move tool and then drag it all the way to smoke fish somewhere here. All right, the rest, select all of them, these 4, and then I want to click on your move tool and then come and click over here. All right, now this one, let's push it here a little bit. The spacing wasn't done well, but we can still do it manually. Let's bring this one, smoked fish, a little bit. Great. And then let's bring this one here a little bit. In fact, let's try it again. Select all the 4, click on your move tool and then click here. Now it's nice, right? And then let's duplicate it and then bring one all the way to the middle here. Make sure it hits kidney. And then let's duplicate 2. Let's bring this one all the way up. Let's duplicate this and then this. Click on the move tool and then move them up like that. So just like that, we are done with that. We want to put everything in a group and then let's call it list. Now that is the list. We are done with our list. Now we want to start with the location tool as well. Make the location quite bigger over here so that wherever you are, you can still see it. I'll click over here and then I'll go and pick my telephone number and then paste it there. Go here to the character. We are still using Montserrat, and then over here we are going to use extra bold because we want it to be as bold as possible. And then over here, let's make it quite bigger. We are going to use 398. Enter. Awesome. Control H. Click on your move tool and then let's see how we can position this. I want it to hit here and then hit here as well. How am I going to do that? I need to increase it more. Okay, so I think this is great. Alright, I think this is great. I'll click on it and then come here to the color. Then I'll give it a color 7B0202 and then click on OK. Alright, now let's bring it up a little bit more. Awesome. And then I'll also click on the text again, click over here and then come here and then pick this one, Control C and then Control V to paste it there. Now we are still using Montserrat, guys. We're still using Montserrat. And then over here let's use semi bold and then the size over here let's use 123. It's 123. Good. Okay, we'll work on it later on. Make sure the tracking here is 0 as well, and then make sure it's italics over here, and then also make sure everything is bold over here. Let's click here, let's set it to color black, click on OK, and then let's see. In fact, the telephone number here, let's also make it exactly, and then let's see, let's drag it, let's click on the move tool, then let's drag it there. And then this one, let's click on our move tool, let's drag it here, Control T, and then you want to make sure it falls in the middle of the line over here, and then drag it up a little bit. We also want location to be a little bit different from the rest. Let's make location extra bold. I love that. Excellent. Let's duplicate it, let's bring it down, and then let's go here and then let's pick this. That is the perceived push style address or something like that. I don't know. Let's go here, let's set it to semi bold. Alright, and then let's drag it somewhere here, and then Control H, let's zoom in, let's see how it looks like. Drag it closer a little bit. Now you want to pick this, Control H, a rectangular tool, and then just create a rectangle. Yeah, a rectangle. Now drag it underneath them, double click it, and then let's give it this color code. Let's give it F77F1E. Click on OK. Alright, great. And then these two seems to be in the middle of everything. I like it already. Let me see. Control H, Control T. It should be in the middle of it. Excellent. And then this one, Control T. It is in the middle of it already. Good. Let's see. Control T. Already in the middle. Good. Now I did it that way because I'm trying to create a straight line like that. I'm sure you guys can guess and see it, right? I'm trying to create a straight line like that, and creating such shapes in your design subtly, it adds some kind of beauty to the whole thing. So this image, I would like to resize it a little bit more. Okay, just to make sure it falls in the same space. Okay, now this is the next level, guys. You need to add this kind of stuff to your graphic design. Okay, make sure you design it in such a way that it falls perfectly aligned nicely, and then you have everything like that. So everything goes straight like this. Here goes straight like this. I think this is quite nice so far. And also let's put this all the way to here in a group, and then let's call it location. All right, now we're done with our location. Let's bring in some few details over here too. I'd like to right click here and pick my ellipse tool, and then just create a crazy ellipse like that. Yeah, this is nice. Now make sure there's no stroke. Click on move tool and drag it here. Drag it there. Drag it there like that. Drag it underneath images. Good. You guys are good. Alright, so something like this. You also want to make sure it's not affecting this text over here. Alright, so let's drag it up a little bit more, and then let's double click it, and then let's pick this color. Nice. Enter. And then let's duplicate it again, the one underneath it, double click it, and then let's pick this color, and then enter. Alright, now click on your move tool and then move it down. Okay, and you also want to move it in such a way that it is very prominent at the other side. Alright, so you can see I like it this way. Why do I like it this way? It's a lot over here, and it's just a little bit over here. In fact, I would like to drag this side in a little bit. I think this is great. I'll have it like this, and then I'll put this in a group, and then I'll call it background BG. Now I want to put some few informations on top over here, so I'll click on my text tool and I'll type over there. Then I'll go and pick Homix. Now this is where I use a different font. I'll paste it in there. Alright, Homix. And then I'll go over here and then change it to color white so that it can be seen, because right now it cannot be seen. I like to use impact regular. Great. And I also like to make sure the italics is off. Awesome. And then maybe the font size as well, we need to change it a little bit. So I'm going to use 230, enter. Great. And then Control H. Now guys, as I said, click on my move tool. I like to keep it in line with everything, so I will drag it here like that, and then maybe perhaps drag it up a little bit as well. All right, and then duplicate it again, and then I'll go here and pick this as well. Control C, and then double click it and then paste it there, and then I'll click on my move tool, guys, and then move it here so that it can be seen. All right, but I like to use a different font for it. I'll use Oswald. Okay, I'm going to use Oswald for it. And then for Oswald, I think I'm going to use a very light font so that there'll be some contrast between these two. So I'm going to use Oswald. Go here and then use regular, and then I'm going to set here to 160. That's the font size, to 160. Maybe we need to increase it a little bit, I don't know, but the tracking here has to be 0. And then over here, let's use 120 for it. Great, I think that is good. And then let's zoom in. We want to be particular about it. Let's see how it looks like. Push it closer a little bit. Great. Control H. Now you can see it touches here, but it does not touch here, and that is what I don't like. So I like to make sure there's a little spacing between the Homix. That way I can make up for the difference. And then I'll put 60 over here. I can see it just moved like that. So I'll click over here and then try and see if I can move it over there as well. Yeah, I can see now it touches there beautifully. Maybe I also like to give this a little bit of it. Let's make it 30 or maybe 40. You can see now I like to push it here a little bit as well, and it seemed to be blended nicely, guys. So that is it. Maybe let's see, let's drag it and bring it down here as well, and then let's go and pick the last text that we have here. Control C and then double click it and then paste it over there. Now we are not going to use Oswald this time. This time we are going to use our normal font that we use every day, Montserrat. That is what we intend to use now. And for Montserrat, we are going to make it medium over here, guys, and then the size over here 137 for the size. It blends nicely. The tracking, let's make it 0. All right, and then let's make it orange. Let's click here and then let's click on the orange color over here. Click OK, and then let's close adjustments. Click on your move tool and then try and move it there. Now Control H, and then let's try and see if we can get it in here. Control T, and then you want it to be in the middle. You also want to make sure there's adequate spacing around it. Great. Awesome. All the three, you want to make sure there's adequate space around them. Now Control G, put them in a group. Let's call them home mix, right? That is what it is, home mix frozen foods. Alright, so guys, this is how it looks like. Now you can leave it here, but you know me already, I always like to make sure the colors are boosting and they are quite interesting and vibrant. And so what we are going to do is you're going to add 2 saturations to it. You're going to the adjustments over here. The first adjustment we are going to add is the vibrance. Now as you add the vibrance, I want you to leave the saturation like this, but then the vibrance, drag it all the way in there. Now it looks like it's normal, but I'm telling you there's a slight change to it. Just check it out. You can see how it boosted the colors nicely. The next thing you want to do is you want to add some curve to it. Now you add a curve, but we're not going to touch anything over here. All we have to do is go here and just change it to soft light. Now you can see the difference as well. And guys, that is it. Let's put it in the group and then let's call it adjustment. And that is it. All right, guys. So guys, if you love this video, please hit the bell icon and subscribe to this channel. Now guys, remember there was a graphic design course that moves you from a complete beginner to a master in Photoshop. Okay, it shows you all the theory and the practicals as well, and gives you a whole lot of assignments and a folder containing amazing flyers and labels and banners and stuff that you are supposed to design to become a professional and a pro. Okay, now it's very affordable. Just check in the description to lead you to the website or seller where you can make the purchase. Okay, so if you love this video, guys, hit the bell icon and subscribe to this channel. I love you all. See you in the next video. Peace.